Welcome back, everyone. So let's now enter into the segment Glimpses of the Glorious Past on 21st July. On 21st July 2005, on this day, the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, Supreme Founder of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam delivered a satsang discourse on the importance of realizing a Guru.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. I welcome you all to this new Ananda Sabha. By the grace of the Divine, we have now new Ananda Sabha which can accommodate more than 1,000 people. Of course, we are extending 45 feet more so that the people can be accommodated, because the first day itself it is not sufficient. The very first day inauguration, it's not sufficient. So we have decided to expand it. It will be extended for 45 feet more so that it will be useful for all of you to experience the Ananda. Today is Guru Purnima, the day of masters, the day which we use to give our gratitude to all the enlightened people of the planet Earth and other regions. Guru means dispeller of darkness. Gu means darkness, Ru means dispeller. Guru means who is the dispeller of darkness. What is exactly darkness? What is exactly the Ahankara? Beautifully Upanishad describes, as long as you think your life has got purpose, it is ego. Understanding the beauty of purposelessness of the whole existence is egolessness. The man who makes you understand the beauty of the purposelessness of the whole existence is Guru. Whatever you think as purpose is not purpose. Whatever you think as worthy is not worthy. Making you understand whatever you think is worthy is not worthy, and whatever you think as purpose is not purpose, is what is the job of the master. The purposelessness of the whole universe. Man with logic our ego continuously seeks, searches the purpose and leaves the reality. When you start searching for result or purpose, you miss the reality. You miss the existence. You miss the beauty of the whole. You miss the beauty of the Brahman, the existence. All you need to do is just understand the purposelessness. Whatever you think is great in your life is not so. Whatever you think is the greatest achievement, or whatever you think as the very great thing in the life, is not as we think. Of course, this is very clearly exhibited by the death. The moment death happens, the moment you leave the planet Earth, whatever you have done, or with what mind you lived, the whole thing is no fruit. It has no existence. When you realize the purposelessness, a tremendous new consciousness arises in your being. Your whole being starts experiencing the joy, the bliss, the beauty of the purposelessness. The moment you experience nothing to be achieved in the life, the moment you think whatever you are protecting is just stones, it is not diamond. Whatever you think as too big in your life, it's all just toys. You are playing with toys. You are playing with just stones, thinking they are diamond. The moment you understand that whatever you are having is a stone, the diamond which is supposed to be achieved is achieved. The diamond which is supposed to be achieved is bliss. When you understand whatever you have outside is not money, diamond. Money is, in Sanskrit, money means diamond. When you understand the money is not money, the money which resides in your Batmaha, the Manibatmaham, or the Manibatmeham, that will flower in you. Experiencing the money which is inside your Batma. Aham means inside. Batma means the consciousness or the lotus. Mani means the bliss which resides in the lotus of consciousness. The moment you understand the purposelessness of the whole existence, you experience a tremendous beauty and bliss. The man who helps you to experience the purposelessness of whole existence is Guru. There is a purpose which you can never understand with your intellect or ego. The moment you drop whatever you think as purpose, the divine purpose, the divine drama, the whole plan of the existence is revealed to you. Then you understand the whole thing is just Leela. The whole world is just Leela. In Sanskrit we have a beautiful word, Leela means play. The moment you understand the purposelessness of the whole existence, the whole thing becomes a play. Just to enjoy the whole drama, enjoy the whole life. Every inch becomes meaningful. When you understand the purposelessness, the whole life becomes meaningful. As long as you think life has purpose, living is meaningless. Only you are waiting to achieve the purpose. So the living has no meaning. Only when you realize life has no purpose, Only when you realize there is no goal, only when you realize the purposelessness of life, the living becomes meaningful. The emphasis on the path, the experience of the path happens to you. You start walking only when you drop the goal. As long as you have the goal, you don't walk, you run, your feet never touches the ground, enjoys the beautiful grass. You never experience the planet Earth as long as you have goal, because you are continuously running, your feet never touches the ground. As long as you don't touch the ground, how can you experience the beauty of the nature? The man who has understood the purposelessness of the life and beautiful meaning of living is master. The person who makes you understand the same purposelessness of life and ultimate meaning of living is Guru. There is a very big difference between life and living. Only when you understand the purposelessness of life, you understand the meaning of living. Only when you understand the meaning of living, you start living. Till then, you are only live dead. You are not living. You may inhale and exhale. Inhaling or exhaling doesn't mean you are alive. All people who inhale and exhale are not alive. There are so many who are lying in coma in the hospitals. They are also inhaling and exhaling, but it is not that they are alive. Some people jump out of the bed, hospital bed, and walk in the road. Just because they walk in the road, we can't say they are alive. There are people who are in coma stage lying in hospital beds, and there are some people who are in same coma stage walking around in the streets. So just because we walk in the street doesn't mean we are alive. The man who makes you realize this truth is Guru. Let you realize this single truth. Let you contemplate on this single truth. The purposelessness of life is the meaning of living. When you experience the purposelessness of life, purposelessness of existence, you experience the meaning of living, the meaning of jiva. The meaning of living is the meaning of life itself, meaning of existence itself. Let you all experience the purposelessness of existence and meaning and beauty of living. Let you live blissfully. Let you live blissfully. Let you live blissfully. I bless you all. Let you all be established, be in, become one with, and radiate eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. I'll translate in Tamil. Before that, if somebody can translate in Kannada, then I will translate in Tamil. Whatever I have spoken, now they will translate in Kannada Then I'll speak in Tamil.
ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಈ ದಿನ ಗುರುಪೂರ್ಣಿಮೆ ದಿನ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದಂಥ ದಿನ. ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆಯನ್ನು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸುದಿನ. ಗುರು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು. ಜೀವನ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಾನೆ ಗುರು. ಜೀವನದ ಗುರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬದುಕಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಮಾತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತಾಗಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಕೋಮದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರು ಕೂಡ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಸಿರಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಉಸಿರು ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ದಾರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವರು ಕೂಡ ಉಸಿರು ತಗೋತಾರೆ, ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬರೀ ಉಸಿರಾಟ ಇದ್ದ ಮಾತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬದುಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಈ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದ ಒಂದು ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಧಾನ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಸ್ಮಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರಿ ಏನು, ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಗುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಾರೆ ಗುರು. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಸತ್ತಾಗಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ದಿನವನ್ನು ಇದನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಆಚರಣೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅದ್ಭುತದಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
உங்கள் அனைவரையும் இந்த புதிய ஆனந்த சபைக்கு வருக வருக என்று வரவேற்கின்றேன். நம்முடைய இயக்கத்தை பற்றி சொல்லும்பொழுது சாமி எப்பவுமே இந்த ஒரு மச்சாவதாரம் கதை சொல்லுவேன். மீன் வடிவத்தில் இறைவன் அவதாரம் எடுத்தாராம். இது ஒரு அழகான கதை. ஒரு அரசன் குளிக்க போனான். குளிக்க போகும்பொழுது ஆத்துல ஒரு சின்ன மீன் தத்தளிச்சு இருந்தது. அந்த ஆத்தினுடைய ஓட்டத்துல போக முடியாம, எதிர்நீச்சலும் போட முடியாம தத்தளிச்சிட்டு இருந்தது. ரொம்ப கருணை மயப்பட்டு அந்த மீனை எடுத்து கமண்டலத்துல விட்டு வீட்டுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு வந்தான். மறுநாள் அந்த கமண்டலம் அளவுக்கு மீன் வளர்ந்துருச்சு. அப்பா என்னடா இது, கமண்டலம் அளவுக்கு வளர்ந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னு அந்த மீனை எடுத்து வீட்டு கிணத்துல விட்டாராம். மறுநாளே வீட்டு கிணறு அளவுக்கு வளர்ந்துருச்சான். என்னப்பா கிணறும் பத்தலையேன்னு எடுத்து குளத்துல விட்டாராம். மறுநாள் குளத்தளவுக்கு வளர்ந்துருச்சான். குளமும் பத்தலையே எடுத்து ஆத்துல விட்டா 6 அளவுக்கு வளர்ந்துருச்சு. இதுக்கு மேல என்ன பண்றது, கடல்ல எடுத்துட்டு போய் விட்டா கடல் அளவுக்கு வளர்ந்து தான் விஷ்ணுவின் அவதாரம், அந்த மச்சாவதாரம் உலகத்துக்கு உணர்த்துதான். அதே மாதிரி நம்ம ஆசிரமத்துல எந்த பில்டிங் ஆகட்டும் கட்டி அந்த ஆரம்பிக்கிற அன்னைக்கே நிறைஞ்சு போயிடும். அது எத்தனை கணக்கு போட்டு எத்தனை வேலை செஞ்சாலும் கட்டி ஆரம்பிக்கிற அன்னைக்கே வாசல்ல தான் ஜனங்க உட்கார வேண்டியிருக்கு. முடிக்கவே இல்லை, அதுக்குள்ளேயே பத்தல. முடிக்கிறது முன்னாடியே பத்தல. இது மச்சாவதாரம் மாதிரி. மச்சாவதாரம் முதல் அவதாரம். ஒருவேளை மச்சமுள்ள அவதாரம் நினைக்கிறேன். தமிழ் சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, மச்சம்னா அதிர்ஷ்டம். மச்சமுள்ள அவதாரம் போல. பிறந்தா ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அந்த எக்ஸ்பான்ஷன் அப்படிங்கிறத நடத்திக்கிட்டே போறதுதான் அவதார சக்தி. விவேகானந்தர் ரொம்ப அழகா சொல்றாரு, எக்ஸ்பான்ஷன் இஸ் லைஃப் அண்ட் கன்ட்ராக்ஷன் இஸ் டெத்னு. அந்த விரிவடைதல் தான் வாழ்வு அப்படின்றாரு. விரிவடைதல் அப்படிங்கிறத கண்கூட பார்க்கணும்னா இங்க பார்க்கலாம். எக்ஸ்பான்ஷன் விரிவடைதல் நடக்கிறத பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கலாம். இன்றைய தினம் குரு பூர்ணிமை. குருமார்களை நினைத்து நன்றி சொல்லும் தினம். குருனா என்ன? கு அப்படின்னா அகங்காரம் அல்லது அஞ்ஞானம். ரு அப்படின்னா அழிப்பவர், மாற்றுபவர் அப்படின்னு பொருள். குரு என்றால் அகங்காரத்தையும் அஞ்ஞானத்தையும் அழிப்பவர் அப்படின்னு பொருள். அகங்காரத்தையும் அஞ்ஞானத்தையும் மாற்றுபவர் அப்படின்னு பொருள். அகங்காரம்னா என்ன? அஞ்ஞானம்னா என்ன? நம்ம எந்தெந்த விஷயத்தெல்லாம் பெரிய சாதனைன்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ, எந்தெந்த விஷயம்லாம் நம்முடைய வாழ்க்கைன்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ, அதையெல்லாம் பிடிச்சுக்கிட்டு வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கிறது தான் அகங்காரம். எதையெல்லாம் நீங்க உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையுடைய அடிப்படை அடித்தளம்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ, அது அத்தனையுமே ஒரே ஒரு சுவாசம் நின்று போனாலே ஆடி போய் விழுந்து விடும். உங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையோட அடித்தளம் அடிப்படைன்னு எதை நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அது அத்தனையுமே வேற ஒன்றும் தேவையில்லை. உள்ள போன ஒரே ஒரு சுவாசம் வெளியில வராமல் நின்று போச்சுன்னா போதும், அத்தனைக்குமே அர்த்தம் இல்லாம போகும். நீங்க பணமாகட்டும், உங்களுடைய பந்தங்களாகட்டும், வேற உங்களுடைய பேர் புகழாகட்டும், வேற எதையெல்லாம் உங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையின் சாரம்னு நீங்க நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அது எல்லாமே உள்ளே சென்ற சுவாசம் வெளியில வர்றது நின்றுதுன்னா, ஒரு வினாடி சுவாசம் வெளியில வரலன்னா அத்தனைக்கும் அர்த்தம் இல்லாமல் போகும். எதையெல்லாம் குறிக்கோள் என்று நினைத்து வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறோமோ அந்த குறிக்கோளுக்கெல்லாம் அர்த்தம் உண்டுன்னு நினைக்கிறது தான் அகங்காரம். இந்த குறிக்கோள் இவற்றுக்குமே அர்த்தம் இல்லை. வாழ்க்கைக்குத்தான் அர்த்தம் உண்டு. வாழ்க்கையின் குறிக்கோள் அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு கிடையாது. வாழ்க்கையே குறிக்கோள் அப்படின்னு உணர்த்துபவர். வாழ்க்கையின் குறிக்கோள் இல்லைன்னு புரியும் பொழுதுதான் வாழ்க்கையோட ஆனந்தம் நமக்கு உணர ஆரம்பிப்போம். ஏதோ ஒன்றத்தை நினைச்சு ஓடுற வரைக்கும் ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருப்போம். நம்முடைய கால் தரையில பதியாது, தரையை அனுபவிக்க முடியாது. வாழ்க்கையோட குறிக்கோள்னு எதையோ ஒன்றத்தை வச்சுட்டு அதையே நோக்கி ஓடுபவர்கள் வாழ்வை அனுபவிக்க மறந்து விடுகிறார்கள். வாழ்க்கையினுடைய பொருளான ஆனந்தத்தை அனுபவிக்க மறந்து விடுகிறார்கள். குறிக்கோளை நினைத்தவன் பொருளை மறப்பான். குறிக்கோளை நினைத்து வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருப்பவன் வாழ்க்கையின் பொருளை மறந்து விடுவான். நம்முடைய வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் குறிக்கோளை நோக்கி ஓடுகின்ற ஓட்டத்திலே பொருளை மறந்து விடுகின்றது. வாழ்க்கையினுடைய பொருள் மீனிங் என்னன்னா ஆனந்தம். ஆனா ஏதோ ஒரு குறிக்கோளை வச்சு அதை நோக்கி நாம ஓடுற ஓட்டத்துல வாழ்க்கையினுடைய பொருளாகிய ஆனந்தத்தை நாம் இழந்து விடுகிறோம். குறிக்கோள் அப்படிங்கிற பேரால எதையோ நினைத்து ஓடுவதைத்தான் அகங்காரம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். அப்பா, நீ எத்தனை செஞ்சாலும், எவ்வளவு பெரிய அகங்காரமா உன்னை நீ நினைச்சினாலும், ஒரு சுவாசத்துக்கு மேல அதுக்கு மரியாதை இல்லை, ஒரு வினாடிக்கு மேல அதுக்கு உபயோகம் இல்லை அப்படின்னு நமக்குள் உணர்த்தி புரிய வைத்து வாழ்க்கையின் பொருள் ஆனந்தமே என்பதை காட்டுபவர் தான் குரு. அதை நமக்கு உணர்த்துபவர் தான் குரு. தானும் உணர்ந்து நமக்கும் உணர்த்தும் சக்தி தான் குரு. அதுதான் குரு சக்தின்னு சொல்றோம். Making you experience the truth. அழகா ஒரு உதாரணம் சொல்லலாம். இங்கிலீஷ் சொல்லுவாங்க, இங்கிலீஷ் சொல்லிட்டு அதை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்றேன். Person who creates a formula to reproduce the same experience which happens in the outer world is a scientist. For example, Newton has experienced the theory of gravity. He has experienced something in the outer world. He saw apple falling from the tree. Suddenly something clicked, something happened in him, some experience. That experience he created as a formula to reproduce the same experience, same understanding to others. A man who creates a formula to reproduce the same experience which happens in the outer world is a scientist. The man who creates a formula to reproduce the experience which happens in the inner world is a mystic. The person who creates a formula for outer world is a scientist. Person who creates a formula for the inner world is master or mystic. Enlightened person is a person who has experienced the truth by himself, the meaning of the life, and who can make others experience the same truth, who has created the formula to experience the same truth. If you just apply the formula created by the enlightened person in your life, you can experience the same experience which he experienced in his inner consciousness. For example, if you work with the formula which is created by a scientist, you can reproduce the same product or same experience or the same thing in the outer world. Same way, if you work with the formula created by an enlightened master or enlightened mystic in the inner world, in the inner space, you will experience the same experience which enlightened people experience. The eternal bliss, Nitya Ananda, the bliss which is continuously happening in our being, can be experienced when you adopt, when you work with the formula created by an enlightened person who has experienced the same thing in his own consciousness. Let me translate this in Tamil. You can translate this idea in Kannada. Then I will translate in Tamil.
ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾರು ತಾನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಆದ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಪಡೆತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅವನೇ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ. ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಹೊರ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆಯ ಸತ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ತನ್ನ ಒಳಗಿನ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನೇ ಗುರು. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಯಾರು ತಾನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಆದ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಪಡೆತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅವನೇ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿ. ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಹೊರ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಡೆಯ ಸತ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ತನ್ನ ಒಳಗಿನ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನೇ ಗುರು.
வெளி உலகத்திலே நடக்கின்ற ஒரு விஷயத்தை மற்றவர்கள் புரிந்து கொள்வதற்காகவும் அதை மீண்டும் உருவாக்குவதற்காகவும் சூத்திரமாக வடிவமைப்பவன் விஞ்ஞானி. நியூட்டனோட தியரியை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஆப்பிள் கீழே விழுறத அவர் பார்த்தார். அவருக்குள்ள ஏதோ ஒரு விளக்கம் புரிஞ்சது. அந்த விளக்கம் புரிஞ்ச உடனே அந்த விளக்கம் மற்றவர்களுக்கும் புரியுமாறு, மற்றவர்களுக்கும் அது புலப்படும் வகையிலே ஒரு அழகான சூத்திரத்தை வகுத்தார். அதான் புவியீர்ப்பு விசைக்கான விதி. வெளி உலகத்திலே நடக்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்தை மற்றவர்களுக்கு உணர்த்துவதற்காகவும் அதை மீண்டும் உருவாக்குவதற்காகவும் விதியை வகுப்பவன் விஞ்ஞானி. அதே போல உள்ளுலகத்திலே நடக்கின்ற அனுபவத்தை மற்றவர்கள் உணர்ந்து கொள்வதற்காக, மற்றவர்கள் அதை அனுபவிப்பதற்காக சூத்திரத்தை வகுப்பவன் மெய்ஞானி. வெளி உலகத்திலே நடக்கும் விஷயங்களுக்கு சூத்திரம் வகுப்பவன் விஞ்ஞானி. உள்ளுலகத்திலே நடக்கும் விஷயங்களுக்கு சூத்திரம் வகுப்பவன் மெய்ஞானி. நியூட்டனோட விதியை படிச்சு அதை ஆழ்ந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதுக்கேற்ற வேலைகளை செஞ்சீங்கன்னா அந்த தத்துவத்தை நீங்களும் உணரலாம். அதனால ஏற்படுற பலன்களை அடையலாம். அதே மாதிரி ஒரு மெய்ஞானி வகுத்த சூத்திரங்களை ஆழ்ந்து உணர்ந்து உங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் அதை ஜீரணித்து கடைபிடிக்க துவங்கும் பொழுது அந்த ஞானியின் அதே அனுபவம் உங்களுக்குள்ளும் நடக்க துவங்கும். ஞானிக்குள் நடந்த நித்திய ஆனந்த நிலை உங்களுக்குள்ளும் நடக்க துவங்கும். வாழ்க்கையோட சாரம் வாழ்வது. ஏதோ ஒரு குறிக்கோளை நினைத்துக் கொண்டு அந்த குறிக்கோளுக்காக வாழ்நாள் முழுவதையும் தியாகம் செய்வது வாழ்க்கை அல்ல. குறிக்கோளை நினைத்து வாழ்பவன் வாழ்க்கையை இழந்து விடுகிறான். சம்பளத்தை மட்டும் நினைச்சு வாழும்போது 1ஆம் தேதி மட்டும்தான் இனிக்கும், மீதி 30 நாளும் கசக்கும். ஆனா வாழ்க்கையே இனிமையானது நினைச்சீங்கன்னா 30 நாளுமே இனிக்கும், சம்பளம் வராம போயிட போறதில்லை. இந்த ஒரு குறிக்கோளை நோக்கியே ஓடாம, இந்த குறிக்கோளை முடிவு பண்ணவர்கள் அதை நோக்கியே ஓடி வாழ்க்கையை இழந்து விடுகிறார்கள். அதே மாதிரி நாமும் ஏதோ ஒரு குறிக்கோளை வச்சு அதை நோக்கி ஓடும் பொழுது வாழ்கின்ற வாழ்க்கை தன்மையை இழந்து விடுகிறோம். அப்படி இல்லாம வாழ்க்கையே ஆனந்தம்னு வாழ துவங்கினீங்கன்னா குறிக்கோளை அடைவது மட்டுமல்லாமல் வாழ்ந்தோம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய திருப்தியும் இருக்கும். அப்படி இல்லாம குறிக்கோளை மட்டும் நினைச்சு வாழ்க்கையை தியாகம் பண்ணீங்கன்னா குறிக்கோளை அடைஞ்ச பிறகு ஐயோ இதுக்காகவா ஏன் வாழ்க்கையே விட்டேன், இதுக்காகவா என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையை தியாகம் செய்தேன்னு வருந்தாதவர்களே கிடையாது. புத்தர் உட்பட ஞானத்தை அடைவதற்காக 12 ஆண்டுகள் கடும் தவம் ஏற்றிய பிறகு கடைசியில நொந்து போய் ஐயோ இதுக்காகவா என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையை வீணாக்குனேன்னு நினைச்சு அந்த தவத்தை கீழே போட்ட அப்புறம் தான் அவர் ஞானம் கிடைச்சது. பர்பஸ் நினைக்கிற வரைக்கும் மீனிங் புரியல, பர்பஸ் விட்ட பிறகுதான் பொருள் புரிய ஆரம்பிச்சது. குறிக்கோளை துறந்தவனால் மட்டும்தான் வாழ்க்கையின் பொருளை அனுபவிக்க முடியும். ரொம்ப ஆழமான கருத்து, மேலோட்டமா புரியாது. ஆழ்ந்து இதை தியானிக்கும் பொழுதுதான் இந்த கருத்து உங்களுக்குள் மலர துவங்கும். ஆழ்ந்து இந்த ஒரு கருத்தை தியானிக்க துவங்குங்கள். ஆழ்ந்து இந்த ஒரு கருத்தை உங்களுக்குள் மலர வைக்க அனுமதியுங்கள். உங்களுக்குள் அதை ஆழ்ந்து அனுபவியுங்கள். மீண்டும் மீண்டும் இந்த கருத்தை தியானித்தீர்களானால் இதனுடைய சத்தியம் உங்களுக்குள் புரிய துவங்கும். இது உங்களுக்குள் புரியும் பொழுது எனக்குள் நடந்த நித்திய ஆனந்த நிலை உங்களுக்குள்ளும் மலரும். உங்களுக்குள்ளும் இந்த நித்திய ஆனந்த நிலை மலர்வதுதான் வாழ்க்கையின் பொருள். அதுதான் வாழ்க்கையின் சாரம். இந்த நித்திய ஆனந்த நிலை உங்களுக்குள்ளும் மலர வேண்டும் என்று ஆசீர்வதித்து, நித்யானந்தத்திலிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தில் மலர்ந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை பரப்பி நித்யானந்தமாகிட ஆசீர்வதித்து முடிக்கின்றேன். நன்றி.
On 21st July 2006, Supreme Panel of Hinduism conducted the Nityananda Spurana program at the Adi Kailasa Adinam in Bangalore from 20th to 22nd July. Following are some of the pictures taken during the NSP at the Adinam in Bangalore.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं परिषड्वर्गजेतारम्.
Here Narada, Vyasa, all the guys came. Vyasa, did you guys see that cave? See, that's supposed to be there. All the leaves on which Vyasa wrote, all those leaves have been kept and that became a stone. That is why the cave you can see the cuts of the leaves, and Ganapati stayed here to do the writer job. He is the one who wrote, because verbalization of what Vyasa thinks is not easily possible. It's another big science. In Tamil Nadu, there was a great Vedanta Mutt, Tamil Vedanta Mutt. It's called Koilur Mutt. It was established some 190 years or maybe 200 years ago. One Ramalinga Jnanadesiya Swami is a great master, who is an enlightened master, who wrote the whole, all the major Vedanta, he composed in Tamil poems. And he established a mutt to preach that, to teach that. He beautifully describes your inner chattering and the breathing speed. See, if your inner chattering is a pure verbalization, just if you sit straight little, I am actually throwing bombs from today morning. Every answer I am coming out is a one bomb. See there. Usually the air the prana flow will come from your navel. And it will come, by the time it comes to this area, the anahata area, it will be narrowed. And by the time it comes here, it will be a little more narrowed. It will become like a shaft, thin shaft. And this is the mark energy where it gets forged. Means like a molded. And in this area, the prana gets broken into words. And it comes out. That is the way it happens. For you all, because you have worries and samskaras, in this part itself, the prana flow becomes an alloyed metal, not a pure prana. Here, because of samskara sediment, here itself, the prana becomes alloyed metal. It is not a pure gold, a worry added, means 18 karat gold. So any forging happens in work, will be only 18 karat jewelry. All of you are able to catch? If there's no samskara or the worry or any disturbance, it will come as a pure 24 karat gold and it will get folded, molded, forged or just get molded and it will come out as a 24 karat gold jewelry. This corruption level, whether it is 22 karat gold by the time it comes or 24 karat gold or 18 karat gold or 2 karat gold, this is directly related to your breathing flow. Your breathing flow. If it is a pure gold coming out and here the pure energy, then you won't even radiate as a word. You will just radiate as a silence. Just as silence. But the energy will be coming out. That is why we say Chitram Vadadaro Mule Vriddha Sishya Gururiva Gurostu Maunam Vyagyam Sishyas Chinna Samsaya. There is neither worry which corrupts the gold flow, which corrupts the quality of the metal, nor the vak which is ready to convert the metal into jewelry. Nothing is happening. Just the words, just the energy is coming out. It gets forged inside your head as what you want to hear. Understand? Now you will understand. Master, do not speak, but you hear. Master, do not speak, but you hear. The forging itself happens inside your system as what you want to listen, as what you want to understand. This breathing and the prana flow and the verbalization are very closely connected. In Vyasa's case, pure 24 karat gold and pure energy. Now what to do? You need somebody who has got a long breathing to capture those signals and convert into words. Ganapati is the long elephant trunk and a long breathing. Who can capture? Who can be a right disciple and verbalize the whole thing. Understand? The system in which it happens, the enlightenment is radiated, that system, if it verbalizes, that system itself, if it verbalizes, it won't be able to pen down or sequentially present to the seekers. So they used two systems. One system just radiates a signal. The other system captures and converts to the level of the applied science, like applied science and pens down. For that you need a person who has got a long breathing, long prana flow. Who is the right person? Ganapati. Long nose, long breathing flow. So Ganapati is a writer. That is why Ganapati is a writer. These are not a mythological story. It's a truth. If you understand all these Vedantic truths, then you will understand why among thousands of gods, why they chose Ganapati to write. And he starts writing. He sat here. Even now, Mahabharata is the indisputable or without any competition, longest poem in the planet Earth. Even now. Longest poem in the planet Earth. And all the scholars have proved just because of the quality of the language or the method it is verbalized, it is written by one person. Not as the foolish historian scholars say that it is written by so many people and compiled. No. Because the very accent or the very way the whole thing is put in place and the very grammatical system that shows it came out of a single head. Understand? Still now, longest poem. Nobody is able to beat. So, Vyasa, Saraswati, and the Ganapati, Narada, all the great guys stayed here.
Nithyananda
inside you is enlightenment. I'll first describe the feminine energy, then woman gender. See, woman has more possibility for feminine energy. Otherwise, feminine energy is not confined only to women. So understand the depth. In each one of us, there is an energy which constantly gives birth, expresses itself. Expression is feminine energy. All the adjustments need to be made for the expression is masculine energy. Please understand. The place needed should be created. Means naturally the old has to be removed. The destruction. All that work is masculine energy's work. But the very expression is feminine energy's work. If you see our deities, they will have two wives. Almost all deities. Please don't think it's two women. Two aspects of feminine energy. One, the aspect which gives the fulfillment, physical pleasure. The other aspect gives fulfillment emotionally as a mother. One aspect which gives fulfillment physically as a beloved. The other aspect which gives fulfillment emotionally as a mother. The very being, the very basic thing of the human consciousness, it can play both the roles. When you awaken feminine consciousness in you, you will see that you are radiating physical fulfillment and emotional fulfillment, which is enlightenment. Practically, which is enlightenment. I'll describe the Arunachala story. The story of Arunachala. The whole Arunachala story is story of women, story of feminine energy. The story says that Devi was meditating and inside her being, the feminine energy got awakened. Please understand, not masculine. Feminine energy got awakened. She became Ardhanarishwara. The description exactly it says, in Devi, the feminine energy is awakened and she became Ardhanarishwara. Means half male, half female. You'll be surprised. See, in male, if female energy is awakened and the description says he became half male and half female, perfectly all right. You can understand. But the story says, in Devi, the feminine energy, the feminine Shakti is awakened and she became Ardhanarishwara. Means, when a woman experiences fulfillment, she experiences her beloved aspect and mother aspect completely. The beloved aspect and mother aspect, please understand. If you are just beloved, you will be materialistic, outgoing. If you are just mother, you will be introvert, caring, compassionate. But both the aspects awaken a new consciousness in you. I can say complete fulfillment. I think with this one example you will understand. All of you can understand. With this one example, all of you will be able to understand that mother and beloved dimension. If you are missing the mother dimension, naturally just a beloved dimension cannot fulfill you. If you are missing the beloved dimension, just the mother dimension cannot fulfill you. The body and emotion, both will have fulfillment only when you experience both the dimension. A person who can experience and express both dimension is Ardhanarishwara. Please understand, Ardhanarishwara does not mean just half male, half female. Ardhanarishwara is the person who experience both dimension of feminine qualities. Both dimensions of feminine qualities. When a man becomes enlightened, he becomes a leader. When a woman becomes enlightened, she becomes mother and beloved. Ability to radiate both dimensions. So the Arunachala story describes Devi. She expressed her both dimensions. That is why she became Ardhanarishwara. She experiences and radiates Ardhanarishwara consciousness. Each one of you were carrying the feminine energy. Awakening that feminine energy is enlightenment. Please understand. The first introduction to Tantra, I'll get the sutras and read the sutras to you guys. You will be surprised. First introduction to Tantra. Shiva has spoken 64 Tantras. 64 Tantras and around 60,000 sutras. Please understand, I commented only on 112 sutras. But Shiva has spoken 60,000 sutras. The first introduction he makes, he tells, whoever listens, let you all become Devi. Only then you can understand this sutra, this techniques. He says very beautifully, he gives us a meditation technique. Even the brain setup, even the thinking, the body, physical body language, the mental setup, whatever you know as feminine consciousness or women, meditate on that. Please understand. He says you can't actually completely understand the woman consciousness even if you are a woman. Even if you think you are a woman. So the feminine consciousness, I have to use two different words. Feminine consciousness, women body. Women body has a more possibility for feminine consciousness. That does not mean just because you are in the women body, you experience or express feminine consciousness. When Shiva starts the Tantra, first thing he says, intensely meditate on the feminine consciousness. Whatever idea you have about the feminine consciousness, live. And Ramakrishna, he practiced this technique. And if you have read Ramakrishna's biography, you will understand. He says, 9 months he practiced the technique. He really became a man. Not only feminine consciousness, he became a woman. He says, the complete circle of energy, the complete circle of energy happened in me in that 9 months. He says that completion of energy happened in me in that 9 months. The whole Taoism is nothing but awakening the feminine consciousness in you. In the whole world, there are only two religions. One, the religion based on socio-political rules. The other one, sacred feminine worship. That's all. Understand? There is only two religions in the planet Earth. One is the organization-based, male-based, socio-political laws. All religions created by male are socio-political laws. All traditions created by women, sacred feminine consciousness. Everything. I made the whole thing very clear. Understand? Any religion which has female component as that sacred, the feminine consciousness, means spiritual strength. Any tradition which has a male component is a socio-political law. That's all. So anything spiritual or inner world or superconscious, that segment belongs to feminine energy. The whole Taoism is nothing but awakening the feminine consciousness, feminine energy in your being. Understand? Any pleasure which you feel inside, any pleasure which you feel inside through your nerves, through your system, through your consciousness, without any external need, is feminine energy. It is feminine energy. I think there is so much to tell. Even when I spoke about Avatar, I did not feel this much of files. See, the subject says, woman, high possibility of enlightenment. I can say, enlightenment, high possibility of becoming woman. I had to change the subject into enlightenment, high possibility of being woman. It's not that woman is a high possibility for enlightenment. Enlightenment is the high possibility for woman. Our traditions describe The Vedic tradition is, I think, only tradition which describes the whole cosmos itself as a Brahmanda Yoni. Please understand, it's not saying Brahmanda Linga. No. The original Upanishadic description does not say Brahmanda Linga, means not the cosmic masculine energy. No. It says cosmic feminine energy. I can say feminine energy is the space in which the whole thing happens. As Shiva says, before starting the Tantra, very clearly he says, awaken the feminine energy in you. Meditate on the feminine energy in you. Only then you can receive these sutras. See, originally the sutras were delivered to Devi after she became enlightened. Please understand, not before that. It was a conversation between an enlightened being and enlightened being. After she became enlightened, it was delivered. That is why I am saying, I am not saying women is the high possibility of enlightenment. Enlightenment is high possibility of being women. After enlightenment, Shiva is teaching all these truths and he says, meditate on feminine qualities. Become feminine. Only then you can receive these great truths. You can experience these great truths. Subject is too broad. That is why too much needs to be expressed. Even when I spoke about Avatar, I did not struggle this much. I finished within a few minutes. Anything conscious is feminine. All other adjustments happens in existence for this consciousness to exist is masculine. Understand? Anything exists is feminine consciousness. All the adjustments needed, all the other movements needed for this to exist, those adjustments and all can be called as masculine. That's all. The center is feminine consciousness, like a queen, and all the workers can be called as masculine energy. That's all. That is why our rishis describe very clearly cosmos as the Devi Loka. Means Devi as a center, feminine consciousness, and all the masculine energy, including Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishana, Sadashiva, all masculine energies are just servants. You'll be surprised how the Devi is described. The Brahma, creation, Vishnu, maintenance, Rudra, destruction, Ishana, putting people into illusion, and Sadashiva, liberating people. All five energies are the four pillars of the Devi's cart and platform of the cart. Four guys are sitting as four pillar, and the fifth one is the cot, the basewood for the cot. On that Devi is sitting. The description says, when she is not sitting, it is called Pancha Predasana, means 5 dead bodies. When she sits, it's called Pancha Brahmasana, means 5 consciousness. Understand this one example, then you will understand the feminine energy. The role of feminine energy, or understanding of feminine energy. See, these are the 5 activities: creation, maintenance, destruction, putting people into illusions, and liberation. Vishnu, Rudra, Ishana, Sadashiva. So, the Devi's throne is made out of these 5 energies. All the 4 are sitting as 4 pillars, and Sadashiva is lying as the base. If you see all my thrones, that is the way it will be designed. And the description says, when she is not there, it is Pancha Predasana. Preda means dead bodies. 5 dead bodies. When she sits, it's called Pancha Brahmasana. Means 5 consciousness, or 5 cosmic energies. So the whole thing, what exists is feminine. See, if you dig, whatever is masculine in you, if you kill it, you are enlightened. Whatever is not feminine, just kill it, you are enlightened. Whatever is feminine can't be killed, because that is life source of life. There are many things which is not source of life. You think as life is jada, matter. Please understand. Whether it's your mental attachment, corruption, pollution in your consciousness or inner space, anything which is not feminine, if you renounce, you are enlightened. Anything which is masculine, if you just give up, you are enlightened. Please understand, you have 2 parts. One is the life which pulsates in you, which is living energy in you, which is shining as a light in your eyes, which is giving you the feeling of that I am. That is what is called consciousness. And there is something else is added, your mind, your body, for the sake of movements, to do what you want. That part which is added is masculine. That is why the masculine part is always aggressive, restless, rajasic. Anything which is restless in you is masculine part. Anything which is passive and alive, please understand, anything which is alive will be passive. Anything which is alive will be passive. It will not interfere, it will not be restless, it will not be moving. Chala means moving. Achala means life. Anything which is life will be passive, because it does not need anything from outside. Only if you need something, you will be restless. If you need something from outside, you are not feminine. You are not feminine. Please understand. When you purify yourself, that is why I said, women has more possibility for feminine consciousness. Just because you are a woman, don't think you are already female. You are already experiencing feminine consciousness. No. If you are restless for something of the outer world, you carry masculine energy in you. carrying a pure passivity, passiveness is life. Carrying that pure life is feminine quality. When I utter the word passiveness, you have some idea. Maybe a little bit of mixture of laziness, that is okay, no problem. Feel that passiveness is like a patch, you are carrying it in this area. Carry that passiveness, that feminine mood in this area today whole day. You will understand what I am talking. From now, whatever you visualize as a feminine consciousness, see, the moment you listen to the word feminine consciousness or passive life energy, you have some idea. Carry that mood, that idea in your heart today whole day. You can even nothing wrong, you can visualize you are a woman body. Just remove the male body, you can visualize yourself as a Devi. Even if you are carrying woman body, visualize yourself as a Devi. Means pure feminine consciousness. Pure feminine consciousness. Passive life. Understand? Society is male-minded. Restlessness. That is why life is always described as restlessness, especially the Western mind-based society. Life means restlessness. If you are more active, oh, a lot of life is happening here. I don't know how these fellows are saying that New York is a place where life is happening. So much of restlessness. Nobody knows why people are running. But that is the symbol of life. They call it Big Apple, na? Big Apple. Big Apple. Symbol of life. Understand, because of that mental setup, you also imbibe the idea. Life means masculine, restlessness. No. Life means deeply passive and feminine. I can say one of the biggest calamity happened to the human civilization is women are asked to work and make living like men, for which they are not created. Please understand. That's one of the worst calamity. Because the role they need to play, the contribution they need to do, did not happen because they were used to create infrastructure. Because women have a better role to play on human consciousness. They are living models and examples of intense passive life energy. They need to remind planet Earth again and again about living enlightenment. The feminine consciousness by their life. But when they are made to create, when they are used to create infrastructure, that priority of awakening the feminine consciousness, radiating feminine consciousness is lost. When that is lost, I can say the model is lost and lifestyle is lost. Again, Manu says very clearly, unless the depression from women is removed, the society cannot evolve. If women, you see, in the feminine consciousness, if the restlessness is planted, the goal orientation is planted by the society, naturally she will suffer in depression because her consciousness is not hardwired for that. Feminine consciousness, woman body is not hardwired to create infrastructure for civilization. Any goals related to civilizational infrastructure implanted will directly lead her to depression, and it will impact on the civilization as, I can say, all possible dangers. There is so many files, so much to tell, because I myself basically a Devi worshipper. The first mantra I got initiated into is Devi mantra, and the first experience which I had is feminine consciousness, and I can say the person who gave me sannyas, first I received 2-3 initiations, different things from different people. The first one was from female guru, and my first disciple, Mantra Diksha, female, and first my sannyasini is a woman. If you see the whole thing, if you exist as you are in feminine consciousness. If you want anything and move physically or mentally, you are in masculine consciousness. So that anything which you want physically or mentally and moving, if that movement is stopped, you are done. Nothing else. That's all. But I wanted to tell this one thing to the IT engineers very sincerely. Do not learn marketing yourself. When you market yourself continuously, you stop being productive because you learned the politicking of marketing. You stop being productive. You are, see, I have seen people who constantly tell lies lose the intensity of living because they know how to manipulate every situation. They lose the taste of living. I tell you, even if it is a pain, joy, suffering, separation, everything, when it has a depth, it adds life to you. You live it, you grow out of it, you get matured by it. But by lying, politicking, marketing, you lose the intensity component of you. The whole thing becomes like a screenplay. You lose touch with the reality. See, whether it's a joy or pain, if it is from the core, you are living. But by lying, politicking, marketing, whether joy or pain became a superficial lipstick level. You understand? The lipstick level. You lose the intensity of life. Let your lips be red, shining, because you have done Panchakriya. No, I am saying, just 3 days only I am doing. I can see the difference between the color under my eyes and the color of my lips. Just 3 days. In this cold, usually I'll have a crack in the lip and nothing. I have not applied anything. There is no crack. Let your lips be red, shining, not because of lipstick, but because of Panchakriya. I tell you, even the suffering, if it is from intense, your core, it has its own beauty. How much it makes you matured. Like Kunti says, "Oh Krishna, I have no problem. Let all the sufferings come and merge into my being from all four corners, no problem. But let me be honest and true to your feet. Because that will make me really truthful."
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhanapeetham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. An adept in Ashtamaha-siddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
स्वागतम् आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Biradi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 09742203311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.
It's time that we get ready to receive the darshan of the Parashakti. We'll now be entering into meditation. I request everyone to please sit straight and close your eyes to receive the grace and blessing of Supreme Founder of Hinduism.